Is podcasting SEO still even a thing nowadays, since we've had these AI summaries? Let's find out. Hello, this is the Podmaster, the podcast with insights and tips for podcasters everywhere, whether you're doing this for a brand or as an indie, a pro or a newbie. If you're wondering how to make your podcast more discoverable in 2025 and beyond, this episode is for you. We're going to be looking at the evolution of SEO for podcasts because, yes, it's still a thing, but it's gone through something of a glow-up, and I'm here to give you the lowdown. So the first point we'll cover is SEO really dead? You know that thing people say, SEO is dead? Well, it's utter bollocks. It's not dead. It's just having a cheeky little rebrand. In podcasting now, it's not just about Google anymore. These days, your listeners are finding your show in places like Instagram, TikTok, and even through Alexa, which is going, here's a podcast you might like. It's a pretty mad world right now. Now, as much as I'm not a fan, Neal Patel does sometimes have some great points, and he's calling it search everywhere optimization. And honestly, that's pretty bang on. Your podcast isn't just competing on Google, it's everywhere that people are searching. And here's why this matters. Because you're no longer fighting for visibility on search engines. You're fighting to be noticed across every platform your audience is on. So let's move on to what this Podcasting SEO 2.0 actually looks like. Search everywhere optimization is about making sure your podcast is popping up wherever people might look. Someone, for example, might stumble across your Instagram reel or Google your show later on and then subscribe on Spotify. It's all about being where your audience is in the moment at every bloody step of their journey, rather than trying to control the endpoints. And don't forget, every platform, whether Google, Spotify, or Instagram, has its own search engine. Are your episode titles and show notes doing the heavy lifting? Are your Instagram captions searchable? And this is without even touching on Apple Podcasts, which has quite a sophisticated search engine, in fact. A lot of people don't realize this. Even some of the podcast industry leaders. And don't just think about discovery. It's about sticking in people's heads. Google may well bring them in, but a fantastic Instagram story could be what makes them actually click and become a loyal listener. And after this quick ad break, I'll tell you all about the actionable stuff you can do to make sure you are doing what you need to. Right, okay, here's where we're going to get our hands dirty. How can you actually optimize for this new world of search? Well, first up, it hasn't changed. It's still about keywords. Think about what your ideal listener is typing into the search bar, regardless of what app they're looking in. Use whatever tools you can get a hold of to plan your keyword strategy. Then, sneak those keywords into your episode titles and descriptions as you were before. But for the love of all things podcasting, make it sound natural. No keyword stuffing, that no longer works. This isn't 2005. Bear in mind transcriptions. They can be an absolute game changer. Not only do they make your show accessible, but they also give search engines something juicy to chew on. You are making sure you're mentioning your keywords within your episodes, right?
Oh.
Your website. Yep, you do need one. Sorry, but you do. And it better be mobile friendly. Nobody's sticking around if your website's clunkier than a Windows ME PC. And let's not forget Podcast App SEO, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure your descriptions are telling the listener what they're going to get. Use keywords and make it engaging. People aren't clicking on episode 12, random ramblings. Give them a reason to hit play. And don't skip out on social media. Sure, the conversion rates are low, to be honest, less than 1%, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be on the channels. Instagram, TikTok, they are search engines in their own right. Nail your hashtags, get the captions tight, and jump on the trends. And of course, bear in mind, none of this matters if you don't have fantastic audio quality. If they find your show and it sounds like you're recording through a sock, they're legging it, mate. They're out of there. They're making like a tree. And now let's talk about the elephant in the room, AI search. Yes, it's everywhere and it's now a thing. Tools like Google's new AI search summaries pull snippets directly from your content. If your podcast is structured well and you're answering real questions, you could well end up being in those top search results. Imagine the free exposure of that. It is a massive opportunity, but you gotta play the game. Structure your show notes with FAQs, bullet points, and timestamps. Make it really easy for the AI to see that you are the authority on your topic. And dive into your analytics. Use tools at your disposal to figure out what's working and double down on it. The data doesn't lie. So yeah, to wrap things up, SEO is nowhere near dead. It's just grown up somewhat. Your job as a podcaster is to show up where your audience is, be that on Google, Instagram, or through someone shouting, "Alexa, play the Podmaster!" And remember, SEO has never been a sprint. It is a marathon. Some try and cut corners by buying black hat, but they always end up like the proverbial hare, out of breath by the first hurdle. Keep at it, stay flexible, and you'll see results. If you enjoyed this episode, don't be shy. Follow the podcast in your favorite app, leave me a review, and tell your mates about it. And don't forget to visit podmastery.co for more opportunities to get more insights directly into your inbox. Give us your email address, we'll give you all the knowledge. And look out for our next full episode in your library soon.
The Podmaster is a Podknows production. Find out more about us at podknows.co.uk.
Podknows.